YFM is back again. This week we wanted to talk about Watch the Throne versus Take Care. And we're analyzing both of these albums and comparing them because we believe that one of the rules to make a classic album is impact. What impact does your music have when it drops? Is there a lot of anticipation for it? Are people expecting you to go ahead and change the game up? Or is this just an album that everybody has been talking about being like possibly trash or having the best beats or having the best verses or whatever? So what impact does your actual music have when it comes out? And how does it affect the general public, the casuals, and your core fan base? So, Wayne, question.
Yes, sir.
Out of these two albums, Watch the Throne and Take Care, which one do you actually like better?
So, it's Watch the Throne, hands down, for me.
Why?
I feel like this is an absolute classic album between two greats in hip hop, and it went very underappreciated. So I feel like first you have Jay-Z, who's just like, you know, the king of hip hop. The majority of hip hop heads, people who love rap music, will tell you that he's the best rapper, one of the best of, just one of everything. Right. And that's never debated. You know, majority of people are correct on that part. You may have your favorite rappers here and there, but mostly it's Jay-Z who's running the game.
It's whole.
And you have Kanye. You got Kanye who kind of came in, and I feel like he may have snatched it from 50, because 50 had it for a little bit, but he was falling off a little bit too. So Kanye kind of snatched that and created a whole new era of, at like that time, backpack rap.
Yep.
Yeah, man, like the polo shirts and the cool shit, you know, and that became mad popular in society back then.
YFM is a podcast started by myself, Jimmy B. Fearless, and my big homie Wayne to go ahead and talk about hip hop, music, and the culture. But we need y'all help. We need y'all help to grow and to be able to build more. So how about you come and support us and support our Patreon? Our Patreon has $2 levels, $10 level, and a cool $20 level. You get early access to episodes. You get the full video version of our episodes, full audio, and we're adding new things every time. So come support our podcast, be a part of our community, and we just want to say thank y'all. Appreciate y'all and love. Peace. You feel me?
He came out, he kind of brought common sense back. He signed, you're not signed, but he did a lot of work with Lupe Fiasco. He kind of put Lupe on. So it kind of made like that whole skateboarding era of hip hop. It brought that in and ushered that in. And now we have Lupe, who's making, you know, classic albums with, you know, The Cool and Food and Liquor, great albums in hip hop. And, you know, so we got Kanye, the person who kind of reinvented it, you know, and brought the conscious rap mainstream, and you finally put them together, you know, and this is the album they create. And even with all that being said, there's still like so much to think about behind that album outside of the concept. And then there's the concept of the album, right? Because I honestly believe that Watch the Throne is a pro-black anthem. I think there is a story being told, and it's a story being told in the best way that Kanye can do it. He made and created a story for this, and this is how it came out. This is the story that I see when I listen to it, when it like kind of slapped me in the face, and I was like, yo, this is an absolute classic. It is a pro-black album. It is a story of, you know, rich, you know, being rich. The things that you see aren't as normal as the things that you and I, as you know, people who aren't rich would see. They're pretty much basically telling their story, and then, you know, it's kind of like My Beautiful Dark and Twisted Fantasy. You know, like it starts off with telling you like, you know, this is my life, and then it just kind of like does a nosedive into like this whole created story, and it turns into a pro-black album. And, you know, it's kind of like that. You know how they say like the movie arc is like, you know, you have the beginning and then you have like the turmoil in the middle, and then, you know, all the things he has to go through. It's kind of like that, like the superhero narrative, you know? So I actually think that Watch the Throne is a incredible album, and I feel like Take Care is just okay. I feel like Take Care is just an okay album. It made an impact when it first came out, But I think that was because we were just waiting to hear what Drake had to say, because, you know, shit was his at that moment, you know, or really about to be his. But yeah, I listened back to this and I'm like, yeah, it was just all right to me. And I feel like this is either this album or the one after this one, Nothing Was the Same, is one of those two albums he stopped writing his own rhymes. These two last albums were the albums where he stopped writing for himself. And because I can hear a definite change in his flow and his delivery and his everything. Yeah.
All right.
So I believe like he wrote this album for the most part. Yeah.
All right. So to answer my own question that I asked, which album do I think is better out of these two? I would definitely say that Watch the Throne has better production, probably better verses, has better songs. Take Care has a way better flow. It's more connected, and I think it's just because of the slow build of it. We're starting off with more like singing songs, and then like as soon as you hit like headlines, then you start to get a little bit more like commercialized music that can be played on the radio. I would say that the impact for both of these albums, from my perspective, is Watch the Throne had Hove and Kanye on it, and mostly Kanye beats, but it was beats from like other people too. But like, you know, they did the whole thing kind of like in a conference room, which was like really weird. And like the way that they recorded it, it was bugged out. So I would say that two of the juggernauts of music coming together, even though they're really close, coming together and doing like a whole album and a whole tour together, it was monumental to hip hop. It was like, yo, this here is fucking crazy. And Niggas in Paris is one of those type of songs that, like you said, was more about like rich black empowerment, like black ownership, because we've never had the opportunity to see black rich people, but that's actually relatable to us niggas. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you got two niggas, one from fucking crazy ass New York and one from Chi-Town, coming together, making music and being like 100 million billionaire type cats right now. And seeing that and being like Niggas in Paris, that's a big thing, because if you don't know, now you know, Europe and those motherfuckers is racist. Like, they don't like niggas at all. They'll sell us stuff, but like when it comes to runway models and all that shit, they think skinny 6 foot tall white men and women are beautiful. That's their object of beauty. They don't like niggas. They don't like a culture. They just steal a lot from us, and you know, we take from them and swag it out. So Niggas in Paris is a dope song, but the album, like having songs like, you know, Welcome to the Jungle, or There's No like Church in the Wild, and like all of those songs really were like dope, and they still get like remixed and played today for like movie trailers and everything. So a lot of the songs did last, but the impact for Watch the Throne for me was the fact that you had two of the powerhouses in music coming together to make an album. Hey, thank y'all for watching the podcast. You can actually watch the full video on our Patreon. You do that, you'll get the exclusive link to go ahead and watch the full video. Or you can listen to the audio version of our podcast at youfeelmepodcast.com. And we're on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere your free podcasts are sold. So please just make sure you like and make sure you subscribe. And thank you. Peace and love from YFM. You feel me?